Wake up MI5 and notify them that we have an imminent threat.
Right then, I'm going to switch subjects and we're going to leave the pussycats alone for a little while. Just a while, because they are very important. They're very, very important, the cats. But we're going to have a look at this gun agenda, this firearm agenda. And, you know, people pointing guns at each other for no reason. And just generally not checking chambers, and they're all doing it on purpose, don't get me wrong. In certain videos they're doing it on purpose, and I've already showed it you before. I showed you that Glock with that Gurkha, with the GG, with the G-lock in the Lord of Audits video. I was pointing towards his legs and his groin. That's something that never happens with trained soldiers. Or gunsmiths, or people who work in gun shops, or anyone who spends any time around firearms. Someone passes you a gun, for instance, and even if they've removed the magazine, you point the gun in a safe direction, right? And you pull the fucking cocking handle, and you check the chamber, or you pull the slide, or you push the fucking cylinder out the revolver, and you check it, whatever, to see that it's clear. And you check the chamber to see that it's clear. It doesn't matter, right, if you've removed the magazine or not, because there can be a round in the chamber. And you should never rely on what someone else gives you and saying it's safe. You should always double check it. That's what the teaching is. And of course you should never ever point a firearm, whether you know it's unloaded or not, at anybody else. So these are all operations that are going on around people being irresponsible with firearms. And don't get me wrong, they're doing it deliberately. Right? Now, I'm going to watch this now. We're going to watch this and I'm going to pick it apart for you. Just using a little bit of knowledge about these sort of guns.
A new development in the investigation into the fatal shooting on Alec Baldwin's New Mexico movie set. Baldwin this week, in an interview with ABC News, claimed no responsibility for the fatal shooting, but the district attorney in Santa Fe County says that charges are still possible against the 3 people who handled the gun on set. That includes...
Notice how there's 3 people.
Baldwin, as well as the movie's assistant director and the armorer. Cinematographer Helena Hutchins was shot and killed by...
Proof of claim required.
Suspected live round that also...
Proof of claim required. Suspected.
...so injured the film's director.
Right. So he claims, right, that he didn't pull the trigger. Right, there's a video. Let's find it quickly. Didn't pull the trigger. Yeah. Now, let's just quickly look on here. That's the sort of gun we're talking about, look. Old Western Colt 45 style. Yeah. Single action. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with old school weapons, yeah, but and compared to what a double action and a single action is, but the really old school Western ones, they were the first revolvers, yeah. You have to cock the hammer back manually, yeah, before you can pull the trigger. So you have to do that first. And that has to be deliberate, doesn't it? Yeah? Didn't pull the trigger. Does it make any sense? Right, I'm going to show you another video that I found earlier. And I was just looking around today. And it's in a Pakistani gun shop that's got some sort of government military licensing or something. And it's interesting that it would have that, because you should see the lack of muzzle discipline in the video is ridiculous. And the lack of safety is ridiculous. It's all part of the same agenda. In a bit.
I've got one that can see.